But right now on our hotline, I have one of the most famous men in America in the world of.
Settle down
in every arena, really.
Well, I was going to give you this big,
my friend.
I was going to give you this big introduction, okay? And then you started laughing.
A little too big, babe. A little too weird.
Yeah, you started laughing right in the middle of it. Let's welcome Dennis Miller to the show.
The electorate and cutting them off right in the middle because a showbiz slug showed up.
Well, hell, we're not running for anything.
I understand the proletariat nature of the appeal of the show. yeah, that's good. It's white electorate, it's black electorate. I got to go. There's a comedian on. Bye.
Hey, Dennis. Let's welcome Dennis Miller to the show. Dennis, have you ever figured out who they are?
Natchman? What, you sound like a tough-hewn guy. What's the deal up there?
No, it's just a regular old broke guy from Cleveland, Ohio.
All right, man.
Yeah, you'll be here this weekend too, won't you?
Yeah, I'm working at the Improv on Saturday night. Can't wait to see my friend Chucky Booms. Got a new HBO special coming up in March, and I've got to go work the material out. So I thought I'd hit some comedy clubs because oftentimes when you're in concert and you whip the sheet out and go, "Sorry, I got to try some new things," they look at you like, "Hey, do it on your dime." But in a club, they'll at least go with you.
You know, Chuck Booms is just one studio away from me. We all work for the same company.
Oh, yeah? Booms a good guy. I admire him.
He is a good guy, okay? Where's this bio I had here on Dennis Miller?
Forget that bio.
Yeah, well, I want to brag.
It's like the Bourne identity. That's all fake.
What the hell did I do with it? 9 years on HBO. Here it is.
Yeah, just ended. Had a pretty good run. 9 years on television in one spot is a good, a good long run, but they want, the contract is up and they didn't want to re-up it, and I'm thankful to them for giving me 9 years. They bought my family a house.
5-time Emmy Award winner?
Yeah, we got 5 Emmys under our belt. I think I heard that Gleason never won an Emmy. It always embarrasses me that I have 5. You think about Gleason never getting an Emmy. How wrong is that?
That is unbelievable. We got a guy here in Cleveland, you're probably not familiar with him, that was in radio for years, Gary D., and he's
I've heard that name.
Yeah, he's not in the Ohio Broadcasting Hall of Fame, and they got some guys in there that can't spell the word radio.
Well, listen, I admire Gary D. to the nth degree, but I'm talking about Gleason does not have an Emmy. That is an official atrocity thing.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more there. I couldn't. Hey, Dennis, I always wanted to ask you this question, and please don't take it as an insult.
No,
okay?
I don't take anything as an insult. Showbiz is tough.
Because you are very good at what you do, okay? And 5 Emmys prove it. 9 years on one TV, HBO proves it, okay?
All right, now put the rib kick in.
But well, no.
I'm set up enough. Get to the point.
The Monday Night Football thing, okay? Is that sort of a little black eye in your career? Were you miscast there? Are you sorry you did that?
No, I was proud of what I did there, man. I had never been to a football game. I liked what I did. I think that we were coming along, and 2 years in, I was proud of what I was doing. I'm happy I had the job.
What was it that they didn't like? Did they ever?
I don't think they disliked anything. They hired me in Fouts for the 3rd year. I got paid. I was watching the game the other night thinking, God, I'm making a lot of money to watch this game. It's just the day that I heard John Madden had quit Fox, I remember I called Fouts. I said, hey, I don't know anything yet, but I bet you we get whacked. Because there's always a big guy in every field. When Madden wants your job, he's got your job. Put it this way, if John Madden was on stage at the Improv and I walked in, they'd probably bump him.
So you have no regrets there at all?
No, I mean, think about that, man. What a coup that is to get on Monday Night Football with no experience whatsoever. Even when Madden got the job, he said, this is the best job in sports broadcasting in the world. And I was able to get it. I'm pretty proud of that.
Dennis, was it true you were in competition with Rush Limbaugh? Was that all true, or was that hype?
I think Rush Limbaugh auditioned for the job.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't hype, huh?
No, I think there was around 25 or 26 people. And, listen, I don't ever audition against 25 or 26 football players, guys of the caliber of Rush Limbaugh, and walk away with a gig for 2 years, which, quite frankly, Boomer Esiason before me had it for 2 years. Believe me, when I'm thinking later in life about the things I've done in my career, one of the things I'll be proudest of is Monday Night Football.
I know you're a very opinionated man. I'd like to ask you about a current topic, Iraq. What do you think? What's your opinion on what we should do there?
Well, not only should we invade Iraq, we should do it on pay-per-view and sell bobblehead dolls. And you know something? I would make our demands real specific on that moron, Saddam Hussein. I would call him and say, listen, pal, I want the left side of your mustache shaved by next Tuesday, or we're coming in with rockets. I would get really debasing in our request of Hussein. Start shooting guns at his feet and make him dance.
And he has to appear on CNN once every 5 hours to make sure it's shaved, right?
Exactly.
Can have one of his
It's like a
mistresses
fraternity
do it.
hazing.
Yeah.
Can you say, I always picture the Saddam sitting in some cave because he's afraid of being bombed, watching CNN. Do you really believe he watches CNN?
Yeah, sure he does. I know he does. I used to host Larry King's show for him when he was on vacation, and that was one of the things they said was, Saddam Hussein watches this show. And I used to think how weird that is. He's laying in bed in his undies with his old lady saying, honey, where's Larry tonight? Who is this kid? Do you have any idea who this kid is? Who is this the kid who got football? Yeah, I always liked that concept.
Yeah. I also know that you have an opinion on the West Nile virus.
Well, what do I hear now? That people say it's a conspiracy, right? That they're sending it over?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to brainwash a mosquito. It's hard to get the electrodes onto the little prefrontal cortex. So I think that might be a little paranoid. But,
See, one problem I
have.
One problem I have, Dennis, with the whole thing is, okay, I've never captured a mosquito and measured its stinger, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm not sure. It's like if I have a shirt on, they tell me wear a shirt and the mosquito won't bite me, a long sleeve shirt, right?
Right.
How does the mosquito bite the bird through all those feathers then?
You know what? You got to get a second job because you're laying around and thinking way too much.
Yes.
I'll be damned. The same thing I said to him.
Those are the musings of Dracula's assistant Renfield in the sanitarium. I don't know what the hell you're thinking about that.
I don't know why that thought came to mind. I mean, I just can't picture. Feel free to use that one Saturday night, Dennis.
Well, I'm trying to keep my career going here. I don't want it to go in poops. I don't know if I'm going to share that little gem, but thank you for offering.
Mr. Miller, what's next? What do you got plans?
I don't know. I'm in no rush. I think that you make bad decisions when you do it in the wake of being fired from a job, and I'm going to take 6 months and enjoy my children. I got a special next March for HBO, 1 hour. I'm going to shoot for that, and then I'm going to try to turn 50 in some adult manner without being desperate to find the next thing, and try to smell the roses, as they say.
We could use a governor here in Ohio.
Every time you guys, don't you guys have who was the guy? No, that was the crazy guy with the bad rug that wasn't a toupee. What's his deal?
Kucinich.
No, I'm thinking of the House of Representatives guy.
Yeah,
traffic hat. Well, that wasn't a rug, was it?
No, that was it was a rug. Yes.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if it was a rug or not, and I thought, Jesus Christ, it looks like one of those tribbles from Star Trek. What is that deal?
We're talking with Dennis Miller. Dennis, I've just been told you'll be here Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to come in Sunday night. I don't know what the comedy club is there, but I'll be there Sunday night for 2 shows.
Sunday at the Improv.
Yeah.
Improv. You'll
Beautiful.
At the Improv. Dennis, you still like getting up in front of that live audience?
Yeah, you know what? They look at you for around 30 seconds and go, oh, that's the guy from TV, and then it's like, okay, be funny now. So, I don't know. I have the Seinfeldian thing about that. Jerry's the same way. I don't want to be in a bad movie. I don't want to be in a bad TV show. I'd rather, I had a nice 9-year run. I'd rather go do stand-up. It's a more honest exchange. People demand something from you.
How about talk radio?
You know what? I think I would have trouble feigning interest for 3 to 4 hours a day. Everybody has an opinion nowadays, and I'm fine with that. But you know what? I'm just not that interested in other people's opinions. I know that sounds elitist, but I have my own set of beliefs, and, having people call in all the time, hey, Dennis, here's what I believe, I think it would drive me mad after a while.
How about President Clinton being offered a talk show? You got an opinion on that?
Listen, I think Clinton's one of the state-of-the-art bullshitters of our time, so why not put him on radio? I think it would be beautiful. I just wouldn't want to be the intern.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. Yes,
every radio show has an intern. I don't think any parents would be sending their kids over to fill that position.
Dennis, I die laughing every time I think of it because I remember when the story first broke. We were on the air, and I said, There's no way Clinton got a, you know what, from Monica Lewinsky from an intern. There's no way a man of that power would let an intern have that type of influence over him. And that type of, I said, no way. This has got to be all baloney. Did you think the same way when you first heard it?
Oh, no. Jesus, I thought, boy, I can't believe this didn't come out before then.
Yes.
Listen, that guy's seen more ass in a rental car, okay? If he's not in your presence at any given moment, he's getting a Hummer from somebody, okay? Yes. I think the only woman he didn't do in this country might have been his old lady.
Yes, and I can understand why.
What do you think of this president? What do you think of GW?
I think Bush is smart enough to know that he's not particularly smart, so he surrounds himself with smart people in much the same way a hole surrounds itself with a donut.
I never thought of it that way. Well put. Well put. So do you like the job he's doing, though?
Hey, listen, I think he's been dealt some odd cards. He's just trying to keep his head above the water. You know, it's like playing Stratego with the Landers sisters. There's no rhyme or reason to these people, okay? So to say that he isn't doing it exactly right, who would be? You think Gore would be doing it exactly right? Gore's so clunky his inner circle was a square. If he was in there right now, no doubt it would be more hysterical than a drag queen returning a pair of heels without a receipt. So I'm glad he's not in.
You're good at what you do. You know, you got a lot of these. These are pretty good.
Just a young kid with a dream, man.
Yes.
Sunday night at the Improv.
Hey, I've made the statement that if Hillary ever becomes president, I'm going to Canada. How about you?
Well, you know, Hillary. To me, that marriage couldn't have been any more about convenience had they installed a Slurpee machine and a Slim Jim rack at the base of their bed, okay?
And an ATM.
I think she'll get it. I honest to God do. I think she senses the fact that this country is encroaching onto socialism, and I think she's going to play that card. It's like Dr. Zhivago, man. Nobody wants to get ahead anymore. They just want to bring the guys who get ahead back to the pack. Bill Gates seems to be the guy we've singled out here to go after, and if I was Gates, I'd hold a press conference tomorrow and say, hey, I'm so sick of this crap. Why don't you just break my company up? I'll be the two richest sons of bitches in the world, okay? Here's a software program I invented to break up companies. Go ahead, use it. Great.
Yeah, put that on the market. See how fast that sells. Do you think the Clintons are dangerous people, Dennis?
No, I think they're boring. And, I'm sick of the fact that they've been on our dime since the dawn of man. I'm just tired of it. I've had enough of them. I look back on those 8 years. Were some good things done? Yeah, I'm not one of these people who hates every iota of Clinton. There were some nice things done. There were some horrible things done. But you know what? I'm just sick of their yap, and I'm sick of seeing his W.C. Fields plug nose, and I'm sick of hearing her. This woman did not show up at one memorial service for anybody from the World Trade Centers. Not one. Is that unbelievable to you? All this humanistic claptrap they talk about. Rudy Giuliani was doing 8 to 10 of these things a day. She didn't show up at one. That tells you everything you need to know about Hillary Clinton. That woman has just made a deal with the devil. She couldn't have heard the words "I'm sorry" more frequently had she been Pauly Shore on Celebrity Jeopardy, okay?
Dennis, I don't want you to take this as an insult, okay?
And this is the second time you said that.
I know.
Now, you have to deal with the passive-aggressive part of yourself that realizes you are insulting people, and it's still an insult when you preface it with, I don't want this to be an insult. Anyway, go ahead.
That'll never happen.
Because that is a real jive trick. It's like Costas always does that. Bob Costas always says, some people would say, and I always stop and go, hey, Bob, you're saying, okay? Don't try to slough it off here. It's not the Nuremberg defense. Anyway, go ahead. What's your next
on
insult?
The air, he's got you pegged.
Well, but don't look at this as...
I don't care if you insult me. I don't know you, so I don't have any interaction with you, and I'm thinking, fine, you go ahead, but don't preface it with that BS, because that makes you look weak. Just come out with the insult. Go ahead, my friend.
Well, I mean, it really isn't an insult. I mean,
you're hemming and hawing, because you know you're full of it on this issue, but go ahead and get over it.
No, I'm trying to offer you. I mean, management here when I go on vacation.
You don't need to set the table for it. I'm fine with it. Like I said, I don't know you. What you think doesn't matter to me. So go ahead and get your opinion out here.
All right. Our radio station covers 38 states and half of Canada. When
right.
I go on vacation, we're always looking for somebody powerful to fill in.
Yeah.
Would you like to fill in for us one time?
No, because you insult me too much.
Yes.
but I might ring your competitor up and do it. Okay, I got to rock, kids. Thanks for having me. See you at the Improv Sunday.
Bye. Dennis Miller.